Wow, it's December already, and we're preparing to close out the year with one of my favorite tech collaborations, your favorite tech of the year, with a bunch of creators, friends of mine who I have come to know for the last 7 years that I've been on YouTube. Now, when you ask me, I think my favorite tech of the year happens to be something that didn't come out this year, but I bought and I've been using a heck of a lot. It is my AirPods Max. Now, these do have the lightning port on them. I found them for very cheap on Amazon, and honestly, I think that for a pair of headphones that are a couple years old, they're still a great purchase for 2025 and beyond. So, yeah, that's my favorite tech of the year. Let's hear what our next guest has to say.
Hey Taylor, thanks for having me on. I am Danny, your friendly tech amigo. Uh, for this year, my favorite piece of tech was something that I use on like a daily basis, and I was stuck between two items: the AirPods Pros 3rd generation, but I think these came into play. These are the Sony XM6s, and these are a joy to have. I use these a lot. I'm not gonna say like every day, but these are my go-to headphones when I'm gonna watch a movie on a plane, do some coding, or just want to get some real focused time. Turn on that noise cancellation, and these bad boys do the trick. I've had them since they came out, and I've been using them, and there's never been a day where I was just like, oh no, I'm out of battery. It's been fine. And then they fold up as well, so they easily go into this little magnetized little case here, and you can travel with it. The app itself is very intuitive. You can go through many of the options you have here, and one of my favorite options is right here where it's listening mode, background music. I love using that. It kind of gives you like you're in a cafe sort of thing when you have like the music all the way in the background. And it, when I'm working and I get in the zone, I put this on, and it's just lovely. So for me, I did buy a few other things this year, but my tech of the year is gonna have to be these headphones. Why? I'm always listening to music, I'm watching movies, etc., and I don't want to bother anybody around me, and these are great. I haven't used them in the office, so I'll give those a try. Anyway, I'm Danny, your friendly tech amigo, and I think TA Tech's got more to say. Happy holidays. Peace.
Hi guys, so my favorite tech of the year is probably Google's Gemini. Most notably, its Notebook LM suite. Google's Gemini has certainly improved in its image generation technology and coding capabilities, which I have used on my website multiple times. But Notebook LM is one of the greatest tools ever made. You can upload full-size PDFs, text. I even imported basically my entire YouTube channel into it, and it's able to create these great podcasts and video essays and all sorts of content that you can use to search. It's a bit more advanced search engine / note-taking tool. So I recommend Google's Notebook LM and its Gemini AI capabilities. My favorite tech of the year came down to two video editing applications, Motion Ninja, which is paid, and Instagram Edits, which is free. And I'm going to pick Instagram Edits. Sure, it may not have as many advanced 3D features as Motion Ninja or the ability to export in 16:9, but Instagram Edits is such a great tool because you can export directly to Instagram. It has a full wide range of songs that you may not be able to use unless you post them onto Instagram. Its editing is intuitive, it's fast, and it also has auto caption support, which is a lot easier than having to type out the captions yourself. And it works really well on my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. So it's a great video editing application. I would recommend it for you.
Happy holidays, everyone. This is Silvio from the Tech Unravel. And I'll be honest, it wasn't quite easy for me to pick a specific item for this year. But then again, most of the cool little devices that I bought this year didn't came out this year. For example, either it is an AR glass like the X-Real that I got earlier this year, or a cool camera like the DJI Pocket 3 that I'm using to shoot this video, or a 3D printer, which is something that I got a couple of months ago, and it's the first time I'm doing this and it's an amazing experience. But I did want to pick up something that came out this year, and it was quite easy in that regards, and I have to go with the Nintendo Switch 2. It's a Nintendo console, you already know what to expect from it. Simple, it's Nintendo, they do things easily, it's a really good experience. In essence, it's a Nintendo Switch 1, but better in pretty much every other aspect, well, except for the screen. But then again, Nintendo know what to do, they know their customers, and the Nintendo Switch 2, it's a really good device that I highly recommend getting. But I do have a special mention also for a console that I absolutely adored, and that's the funny playing Game Boy Color, or the FPGBC, cool name. This is basically a modern Game Boy, but you can still plug in your original cartridges inside this console, so basically you can replay all your different Game Boy games on a modern Game Boy. It's an amazing experience, either if you had one when you were young or you just want to finally see what the hype was all about back then. This is a really cool little console that I absolutely loved and probably used a lot more than maybe even the Nintendo Switch 2, I don't know. But anyway, that's my pick for this year. Thank you, Taylor, for having me in this video, and I'll see you next year.
Hey everyone, Barry Johnson of Engineer Reacts here. My friend Taylor recently asked me to share what my absolute favorite piece of tech was from this past year. It's a bit embarrassing to admit it, but as it turns out, my favorite product this year was actually introduced way back in 2019. That product is the Panasonic Lumix S1. Now I can already hear you through the screen. Why an old camera, Barry? What gives? Simple. It still produces outstanding pictures and video. It's built like a literal tank, and the images are top tier even by today's standards. But it has an ace up its sleeve that new models still struggle to beat: the viewfinder and the LCD. So the Lumix X1, my unexpected still favorite tech of 2025. Until next year, everyone.
What's up guys, Benji here from BenObiTech, and my favorite tech of the year is the Ray Neo Air 3S Pros. These are actually a pair of AR glasses. You basically just plug them into your phone, your iPad, your portable games console, even your laptop, and it's literally like having a 300-inch display right in front of your eyes wherever you go. They're super lightweight, they're not battery powered either, so you don't have to charge these. You just plug them into your device and you're good to go. They're honestly such a cool piece of tech, and you would think that something like this will cost you like 800 bucks or something, but they're actually super cheap. You can get them for like 250, 300, depending on if they're on sale or not. This is definitely a piece of tech that I didn't expect to try out this year. And I mean, I use these to edit videos with. I've used them to watch YouTube videos while I'm cooking or walking around the house. I haven't gotten the chance to use this on a plane yet, but watching movies on a plane with these sounds kind of sick to me. Thank you, Taylor, for inviting me to be part of this collab. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi, it's Joe Screen on time. Firstly, thank you for my buddy Taylor for getting me involved with this. Without a doubt, my favourite piece of tech in 2025 is the Honor Magic V5. What I love about the V5 is two beautiful screens. It's got IP58, 59 water and dust resistance, which is great for a foldable. Has pen support for both inside and the outside screen. Hello Samsung, you listening? Has a beautiful camera system, 50 megapixel main, 50 megapixel ultra wide, and a 64 megapixel telephoto that has a bigger sensor than the 17 Pro Max. Great for multitasking, great for watching videos. The speakers are decent as well, and such a thin form factor as well. Look at that. It's great having the option to have a normal candy bar phone, but then having the option to open up the screen. What's really nice, you get the case in the box as well. Anyway, I won't bore you too much about the Honor Magic V5 because there's plenty more good tech coming from some other people in this video. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everyone.
My favorite tech of the year goes to the Nintendo Switch 2, which has faster load time with games, a good display, 2 USB-C ports for wherever if you want to charge on the bottom or top, I don't care. Better Joy-Cons. I haven't noticed anything with my Joy-Cons yet. I have a case on it, so that's why it looks different, but it just has a bigger screen. I think this is bigger than the last Switch I had. I had a Switch Lite. This is much better. And it's just really fun to play with. And yes, I like Nintendo. Don't judge me. Anyway, that is my tech of the year. Thanks.
Hey everybody. Thank you so much to Yay Tech for hosting me today. It's great to be back on the web, back on YouTube. It's been a while. So I'm actually going to detail two of my favorite pieces of tech for 2025. And they work perfectly together in my daily setup. So I have my AirPods Pro, third generation. The battery life is simply incredible. They last through really my commute to school, if I'm in New York and heading back to Philadelphia, and through study sessions. And then when lunch comes around, put them back in the case. And then they last till around dinner, end of class. Fantastic. They're almost always in my ears, which is probably not the best thing. But on Amtrak, they're able to tune out the train noise, and I'm actually able to get a good amount of work done because it cancels, other people if I'm not in the quiet car. It cancels just the train noises and ambient sound. So whether I'm doing thermodynamics or programming or just trying to read the news, these really allow me to stay locked in. Speaking of which, how do I get my work done? Well, I just upgraded to the 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M4 Max chip. And coming from this big 16-inch MacBook Pro, M1 Max, it's just incredible. The performance boost is very, very noticeable. But really, the portability and how much more compact this laptop is really is what sold me. Um, I mean, fun fact, this guy doesn't even fit on the tray table of some airplanes, like on the smaller, even regional jets, even in business or first class. Um, and it barely fits on Amtrak tray tables. So I actually have to set at a table on Amtrak. So I needed something that could be a bit more compact, handle, engineering work and future med school work and, databases and analyses without breaking a sweat. So these two devices, MacBook Pro, which I'm recording on, camera quality is decent, and the AirPods Pro are really fantastic pieces of tech. I'm so happy to have them in 2025, and I'm looking forward to see what my favorite tech of 2026 will be. Until then, see ya.
Hey guys, Sarambai here. Thanks to TA Tech for having me on. Now, my favorite piece of tech of 2025 has to be the iPhone 17. It's simply the best value iPhone we've had in years. I mean, $799 for this phone and the specs it offers is pretty insane. I'm surprised Apple finally gave us 120Hz, but also double the storage and also the new selfie camera. There are so many nice upgrades with this phone. So yeah, that was by far the best piece of tech we got this year, in my opinion.
Hey Taylor. So my favorite tech of the year is this 3.5-inch IPS mini monitor from Hagibis. It connects to your computer through HDMI and, as you can see, has a bunch of extra ports. It's quite literally just a mini screen, but I just love the retro vibe. You can change the brightness all the way from 0 to 5, and of course you can turn it off and turn it back on. But other than that, there's not much to it. I personally like to use it to display music art on Spotify when I'm listening to music. I make that full screen. The image enlarges and it creates a nice aesthetic. Thanks for having me.
Wow, these are some great choices, guys. I'll have links to everybody's channel down in the description down below, as well as everything they talked about, so go check them out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys are subscribed, because I have one more video coming up, and that is our favorite apps of the year with other guests and some familiar faces you might recognize from last year's video. So, again, stay subscribed if you are already. And if you aren't already, then what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. Join me in the next adventures in 2026. It's going to be a promising one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one.